Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about and closely guarded weapons systems to emerge from modern warfare, the Spike NLOS, and why it has become a symbol of Israel's watchful power and strategic reach. For years, the Spike NLOS was discussed only in whispers among defense analysts and military watchers, often labeled as a secret weapon, because of how rarely its full capabilities were openly explained. At its core, Spike NLOS stands for non-line of sight, and that single phrase already tells us a lot about why this system is so powerful and controversial. Unlike traditional missiles that require a clear view of the target, this weapon can strike enemies that the operator cannot physically see, changing the rules of engagement on the battlefield. The Spike NLOS was developed by Israel's defense industry with one clear goal: to dominate long-range precision warfare while minimizing risk to friendly forces. This missile can travel tens of kilometers, guided in real time, while sending live video back to the operator during flight. That means decisions can be made even after launch, something that older missile systems simply cannot offer. Imagine launching a weapon, watching its journey through a camera, identifying the target, and adjusting the strike path mid-flight. This ability alone explains why the Spike NLOS has attracted attention from militaries around the world. Israel's security doctrine has always emphasized intelligence, precision, and speed, and this system fits perfectly into that philosophy. Rather than relying on massive firepower, the focus is on accurate strikes that reduce collateral damage and achieve specific objectives. The Spike NLOS embodies that approach in a very modern way. One of the most fascinating aspects of this system is its flexibility. It can be launched from ground vehicles, naval platforms, and even helicopters, making it adaptable to many combat scenarios. This multi-platform capability allows commanders to respond quickly to threats from land, sea, or air without changing their core weapon system. In real conflicts, flexibility often decides success or failure, and Israel has clearly prioritized this advantage. Another key feature is the missile's advanced guidance system. Using electro-optical sensors and secure data links, the operator remains connected to the missile throughout its flight. This constant connection allows the strike to be aborted if civilians appear or if the target changes. In modern warfare, where public scrutiny and legal considerations are intense, this level of control is extremely valuable. The secret around Spike NLOS is not just about its technology, but also about how and when it is used. Israel rarely confirms specific operational details, which adds to the system's mysterious reputation. However, reports suggest it has been used in precision strikes where intelligence accuracy was critical. This silence is intentional, reinforcing deterrence by keeping adversaries uncertain. When enemies do not fully understand a weapon's reach or capability, they are forced to act more cautiously. Deterrence through uncertainty has always been a powerful strategic tool. The Spike NLOS also reflects how warfare has shifted toward information dominance. The missile is not just a weapon, it is part of a larger network involving surveillance, intelligence gathering, and command systems. Drones, radar, and intelligence units work together to identify targets long before a missile is launched. Once the decision is made, the Spike NLOS becomes the final link in a long chain of information. This integration shows how modern conflicts are won as much by data as by firepower. From a technical perspective, the missile's range is one of its most impressive qualities. Being able to strike from far beyond the enemy's visual or radar detection zone gives a massive advantage. It allows forces to remain hidden while projecting power deep into contested areas. For Israel, a country with complex security challenges and limited strategic depth, this standoff capability is crucial. It provides options that do not require putting pilots or ground troops directly in harm's way. Another important point is accuracy. Precision-guided weapons like Spike NLOS are designed to hit specific targets rather than wide areas. This reduces unintended damage and aligns with modern military and political requirements. In conflicts where every action is recorded and analyzed globally, precision is no longer optional. Israel's emphasis on this technology shows an understanding of both military and media realities. The global interest in Spike NLOS has grown steadily over the years. Several countries have reportedly acquired or shown interest in the system after observing its performance. This export interest highlights Israel's role not just as a user, but also as a leader in advanced missile technology. When nations look for proven systems, they often turn to those tested in real operational environments. Spike NLOS has benefited from that reputation. However, the system is not without controversy. Critics argue that long-range precision weapons lower the threshold for military action. When strikes can be conducted remotely with minimal risk, leaders may find it easier to authorize them. This raises ethical and political questions that go beyond technology itself. Supporters, on the other hand, argue that precision weapons actually reduce overall harm. By replacing less accurate methods, they can prevent larger conflicts and civilian casualties. The debate around Spike NLOS reflects a broader discussion about the future of warfare. As technology advances, the distance between decision makers and the battlefield continues to grow. Weapons like this symbolize that shift. They represent a world where control rooms and data links can be as important as soldiers on the ground. For Israel, maintaining a technological edge has always been a matter of survival. Surrounded by complex threats, the country invests heavily in innovation and defense research. Spike NLOS is a clear outcome of that long-term strategy. It is not just a weapon, but a message that Israel intends to remain vigilant and prepared. The phrase, watchful power, fits perfectly here. This system allows constant observation, assessment, and response, all from a safe distance. It turns surveillance into immediate action. When intelligence detects a threat, the response can be swift and precise. That capability changes how adversaries plan and operate. They must assume they are being watched and could be targeted at any moment. This psychological impact is just as important as the physical damage. Knowing that a missile could arrive without warning creates hesitation and fear. In deterrence theory, this uncertainty can be more powerful than open displays of force. The secrecy surrounding Spike NLOS amplifies this effect. By revealing only limited information, Israel maintains an aura of unpredictability. At the same time, occasional acknowledgments or demonstrations remind the world of its existence. This balance between secrecy and visibility is carefully managed. It ensures the system remains effective both militarily and strategically. Looking to the future, systems like Spike NLOS hint at where warfare is heading. Greater automation, longer ranges, and tighter integration with intelligence networks. Human operators will still make decisions, but technology will extend their reach dramatically. This raises questions about escalation, accountability, and control. How much power should be placed in remote systems? How do nations prevent misunderstandings when weapons can strike from so far away? These are challenges the global community is still grappling with. For now, Spike NLOS stands as one of the most advanced examples of modern missile technology. It showcases how far precision warfare has evolved. It also highlights Israel's ability to innovate under pressure. Every feature of this system reflects lessons learned from decades of conflict and defense planning. In many ways, it is a product of necessity. Small nations facing significant threats often become leaders in military innovation. They cannot rely on numbers alone and must seek technological superiority. Israel's defense industry has consistently followed this path. Spike NLOS is one of its most striking results. As more information slowly becomes public, the mystery may fade, but the impact will remain. The system has already influenced how militaries think about long-range engagements. It has set new standards for control, precision, and flexibility. Even as newer technologies emerge, Spike NLOS will likely be remembered as a turning point. It represents a moment when non-line-of-sight warfare became truly practical and effective. In the end, exposing the secret of Spike NLOS does not diminish its power. If anything, understanding its capabilities makes its role even more impressive. It is not just about hitting targets far away. It is about seeing, deciding, and acting with unmatched precision. That is Israel's watchful power revealed. If you found this deep dive informative, make sure to stay tuned for more detailed breakdowns of modern defense technologies and the forces shaping today's world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.